Hello and a very warm welcome to Science Monitor, your weekly update on what's happening in the field of science, technology and innovation in and around the country. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor with you. To celebrate the achievements of women, 8th of March is celebrated all over the world as International Women's Day. And in today's episode of Science Monitor, we will see how women are bringing new insights into the field of science and technology, and why is it important to bring more and more women into this field. So let us begin with the headlines. Many honored with national awards for science and technology, communication, and special excellence awards. More COVID-19 patients identified in India. According to the concerned authorities, India has enough experience to deal with the viral infections. Women Entrepreneurship and Empowerment Program by Department of Science and Technology, encouraging women to embrace entrepreneurship. And female-specific protection gear Prabala for women soldiers, ergonomically designed by a woman scientist of DRDO. And now news in detail. A well-appreciated work always encourages others to follow suit. On National Science Day, various science communicators and scientists, including many women, were honored by the President for their outstanding and innovative work. The awards were presented at Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi during the National Science Day celebrations. Let us see the report to know more about the winners and the awards.
National Awards for Science and Technology Communication for the year 2019 were presented in various categories by the National Council for Science and Technology Communication (NCSTC) on the National Science Day. In the field of science and technology communication, writers Dr. Suryamani Behra from Odisha and Dr. Amir Rajbongshi from Assam were given the National Award for Outstanding Efforts in Science and Technology Communication through print media including books and magazines. Science teacher from UP, Deepak Sharma and Kisan Seva Sansthan from Basti district of UP were awarded with the National Award for Outstanding Efforts in Science and Technology Popularization among children for their unparalleled contribution. The professor from Delhi, Mr. Mahesh Verma, writer from Tamil Nadu, Dr. S. Nagarathinam, and agriculture scientist from Delhi, Dr. Rajendra Kumar, were given the National Award for Outstanding Efforts in Science and Technology Communication through innovative and traditional methods. On the other hand, Dr. Uma Kumar from Delhi was awarded with National Award for Outstanding Efforts in Science and Technology Communication in the electronic medium. All these awards were conferred by the Honorable President Shri Ramnath Kovind. Awards were also given in the field of augmenting writing skills for articulating research, that is, Avsar. The award for the outstanding story under the category of Postdoctoral Fellow, Dr. Joyita Sarkar from Savitribai Phule University, Pune. In PhD category, S. Chris Felshia from CSIR Central Leather Research Institute, Chennai was given the first prize, and Abhishek Anand under the Academy of Scientific and Innovative Research at CSIR Central Electronic Engineering Research Institute, Pilani was awarded the second prize. Many more awards were also presented under the Avsar Awards. Special Excellence Awards for women were also awarded to various women scientists and researchers for their exceptional work.
Is coronavirus a threat to India? Are we ready to fight this infection? How can we avoid this virus? As the patients of COVID-19 are increasing in the country, many such questions are arising in our minds. But according to the concerned authorities, India has dealt with many viral infections in the past, so there is no reason to panic. Yet, awareness and precautions are essential to minimize the spread. considering the vast population of the country. Here's a report.
The whole world is currently concerned about the spread of coronavirus. India started taking precautionary measures to check its spread in the month of January itself. Therefore, Indian nationals brought from China were sent home only after intensive screenings and checks. But as the infection has already spread to many other countries, so it has now entered India through different routes. In the past few days, COVID-19 patients have been identified in different parts of the country, and anyone exposed to them is currently being screened to check its spread. The spread of COVID-19 has naturally given rise to the panic. However, according to the Department of Health and the concerned authorities, India has already dealt with similar threats in the past, so there is no reason to panic.
Viral infections have been coming for a long time, and this has been there since the early 2000s. A lot of preparation has gone in for outbreak management, for containment, to prevent the infection from spreading. We have now quarantine which is being done. We have screening at the airports. This screening was done also during the H1N1 and even during the SARS outbreak. So we have done this in the past, and we have learned from past experience.
Authorities are only concerned about the problems that can arise due to the large population of the country, as lack of awareness can work in favor of the infection. It also becomes difficult to investigate every suspect who is unable to reach the hospital. Therefore, paramedical staff is being trained to reach the villages.
Because of the large population crowding, the chance of it spreading quickly and leading to a sort of a pocket in which there can be an outbreak is higher, and that is why there needs to be more vigilance. But at the same time, a lot of measures are in place to make sure that we don't allow the infection to spread in our own country.
According to the experts, coronavirus is not dangerous for everyone. If we all follow common precautions, then we can easily resist the risk of getting infected, like avoid crowded areas. Those suffering from cold-like symptoms should be more careful. Use your arm or handkerchief or tissues while sneezing or coughing. Use masks in crowded places or while dealing with the patients. Do not touch the mouth or nose with your hands. Wash hands frequently or use sanitizers. Stay calm and rest when you have fever, and go to hospital if the fever is high, accompanied by a dry cough or breathlessness. Take medical advice in case of doubt. These simple measures can prevent the spread of novel coronavirus.
For most of the people, women empowerment is limited to getting a good job. But considering the challenges as well as the opportunities present in the country, women should also assume the role of job providers rather than job seekers. And to encourage the women to embrace this role, Department of Science and Technology is supporting IIT Delhi to train women to become successful entrepreneurs through Women Entrepreneurship and Empowerment Program, or WE. Let us see how this mentorship program is helping the women to become better entrepreneurs.
Women play a pivotal role in the society. Due to their multitasking skills, they are inclined to play many roles at a time and have the experience of dealing with different resources. Naturally, they are perfect candidates for being an entrepreneur. All they need to grow is a form of support that can polish their skills and widen their perspective. Women Entrepreneurship and Empowerment WE program, started by Indian Institute of Technology Delhi in 2016 with the support of Department of Science and Technology, is just such an initiative. The program strengthens the ecosystem of the women and enables them to become a better entrepreneur. The purpose of WE is to create awareness about entrepreneurship and to encourage women working in different sectors to grow as entrepreneurs by recognizing potential opportunities.
we get women entrepreneurs across India together. They start supporting each other, mentoring each other, enabling each other. We get it across the sectors: AI, machine learning, robotics, medtech, science, technology, waste management, food for all. They support each other, strengthen each other, become each other co-founders, and that's how they take their ideas to the actual going to the market and creating impact for others, employing other women, making the innovation which is sustainable and helping others.
Under the program, a group of 30 women are trained for a period of 6 months. The training covers various aspects of entrepreneurship like developing ideas, paperwork, sales and marketing, and tackling various other challenges that one may face at each stage. All this is done under the idea of the thinking classes. Also, the students are taught about the nitty-gritties of entrepreneurship like probable investors for the business, buyers, financial advice, strategy of the market, etc. To start the business, Department of Science and Technology also provides financial aid to the women entrepreneurs.
It is kind of a grooming these entrepreneurs, making them realize what are the different challenges, because most of the entrepreneurs have come up with idea. Now, how that idea would hold good? What are the different requirements, how the competition is taking place, what are the different taxation processes, how your idea becomes sellable, and how do you survive in the market. So there are different skill set.
I could have both professions like a researcher and entrepreneur too. So I was searching for a platform who can allow me, who can to do these things and who can provide me a mentoring and who can give me a direction that how I can implement my ideas into a product and that will reach the market and ultimately to the customer. So since 3 months I was searching for it, and one day I got to know about V.
With the help of all this mentorship and guidance, Kokomodo Kids is already climbing the steps of success. Priyanka Prabhakar creates the smart games based on subjects like geography, biology, mathematics and science for the age groups ranging from 2 to 12 years. Although Priyanka started this business of hers 6 years ago, but she has been able to achieve greater heights with the help of women entrepreneurship and empowerment, V.
We also learn from each other. तो हमारा जो network बना है वी के कारण, we can also not only collaborate with each other, but we also learn a lot from each other's experiences. And जो लोग idea stage में हैं उनके लिए तो ये program बहुत ही अच्छा है, because you get clear strategy from this we.
V is a unique initiative of the Government of India. It enables women to look and identify for avenues of growth and become leaders in the business. In this process, they also become the valuable contributors in the economy of the country by becoming the job providers.
It's time for a short break now. Stay tuned as we'll be back soon with more reports. Welcome back. You're watching Science Monitor. And now let us have a quick look at some other developments happening in the field of science and technology through our segment Science Express.
On the occasion of World Hearing Day, lectures and panel talks on the theme Hearing for Life and Advancements in Hearing Tools were organized at All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi. A free screening camp was also organized to detect any hearing-related disorder. According to the experts, now it is possible to treat hearing disorders in newborns and elderly if screening is done on time. The experts also expressed their concern on the various factors that are leading to hearing loss, such as traffic noise, listening to loud music, increased use of earphones, etc. According to the experts, loss of hearing is increasing due to such factors. According to WHO's latest data, more than 1 billion people worldwide are victims of deafness. The aiming power of the indigenous light combat aircraft Tejas will be unmistakable now. The CSIR Central Scientific Instruments Organization at Chandigarh has developed new head-up display, that is, HUD image technology. The HUD will assist Tejas to fly at a speed of 2,000 km per hour to hit the target efficiently. CSIO has transferred the technology to Bharat Electronics Limited Panchkula, which will now use it in the aircraft. India has become the 5th country in the world to use HUD image technology. Right now, Israel, France, UK and USA are using this technology. Scientists have found a clue to explain the planet-wide magnetic field that existed on the Earth between the early geological period, Archean Eon, that is roughly between 2.5 billion years to 4 billion years ago. According to a new study based on computer simulations, turbulent magma ocean swirling around the planet may have led to the electric conductivity of silicates. Silicates are deep layers of molten rock forming minerals. Scientists assume that around the end of Archean Eon, the planet-wide magma would have cooled and solidified, leaving only the turbulent outer core of the Earth. A health, wellness and nutrition camp was organized at Nirman Bhavan in New Delhi to mark the International Women's Day celebrations. The camp was inaugurated by Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Harshvardhan. Several other dignitaries, including Union Minister of Women and Child Development Smriti Zubin Irani, were present on the occasion. The week-long camp was aimed at making women aware of their health problems and giving a new impetus to schemes and activities related to women healthcare. Many women took part in the camp and underwent free health checkup.
If more and more women will come forward in the field of research and innovation, then solutions can also be found for the overlooked problems. And the work done by DRDO's woman scientist, Dr. Shweta Rawat, is an apt example for this statement. Dr. Shweta not only thought of but also designed a special protection gear for women who are working in the security forces. She was also awarded for her work on the National Science Day. Let us find out more about the protection gear Prabala designed by the woman scientist.
Women have been a part of security forces, but most of the time they are unable to handle situations such as riots or mob attacks as they don't have the right protective gear to prevent themselves from potential injuries. The women are still using the protection gear meant for the men, which is naturally quite uncomfortable for them. So, the problem was right there, but nobody gave it a thought. It took a woman scientist to recognize this problem and develop its solution. Dr. Shweta Rawat, along with her team, working in the DRDO's Defense Institute of Physiology and Allied Sciences, has developed a special protective gear for the women soldiers. Known as Prabala, the gear protects the parts of the body and enables them to perform their duties successfully.
प्रबला इज़ डेवलप्ड फॉर वीमेन जो कि एक्शन रोल्स में एंगेज हैं. जैसे आजकल आपको पता ही है स्टोन पेल्टर्स होती हैं फीमेल्स, तो उनसे बचाने के लिए आजकल फीमेल पुलिस को एंगेज होना होता है. एक्शन रोल्स में रैपिड एक्शन फोर्स के फीमेल्स को एंगेज होना होता है, और फीमेल्स के लिए ऐसी सिचुएशन को हैंडल करने के लिए कोई प्रोटेक्टर अभी तक नहीं था. वो जो भी था वो मेल्स के लिए बने हुए प्रोटेक्टर को ही वो पहन रही थी, और वो उनके लिए बिल्कुल भी सूटेबल नहीं था. वो अपनी स्ट्रेंथ को भी यूज़ नहीं कर पा रही थी उस प्रोटेक्टर को पहन के. तो हमने फर्स्ट टाइम एक ऐसा प्रोटेक्टर बनाया है.
The special gear has been developed according to the suggestions of the police and paramilitary forces. It is based on the ergonomic design using anthropometry data. This armor is flexible, comfortable and safer. It protects the body in situations like stone pelting or similar attacks. Sharp weapons cannot penetrate this armor, and the gear is also resistant to acid and fire. The DRDO scientist was honored with the National Award for Young Women showing excellence through application of technology for societal benefits on the National Science Day by the Honorable President Shri Ramnath Kovind.
वो एक तो अर्गोनॉमिकली डिज़ाइंड है, एंथ्रोपोमेट्री डाटा के बेसिस पे है. उसको हमने वो चाकू से उनको प्रोटेक्ट करेगा, एंटी इम्पैक्ट है, एसिड भी रेसिस्टेंट है, फायर रेसिस्टेंट है. तो बहुत सारे फीचर्स हमने उसमें डाले हैं जो कि फीमेल्स को ओवरऑल ऐसी सिचुएशन को फेस करने में बहुत हेल्प करेगा. सो प्रबला सबला को प्रोटेक्ट करेगा.
Dr. Shweta's innovation shows how women's participation in STEM can work for the betterment of the society.
It's time again for a short break. Stay with us. We'll be back in a while. Welcome back to Science Monitor. Despite facing many challenges, women have proved their mettle in the field of science and technology. Yet there is a need to make the working environment more favorable for women. What are the problems faced by the women and what is being done to overcome these problems? We try to get an answer to these questions by talking to some women who have reached the top after overcoming such challenges. Let us see what they had to say.
1950-60 में जहाँ पे लड़कियों को शिक्षा ही मिलना मुश्किल होता था, तो इस किस्म की सोच रखना कि हम विज्ञान पढ़ेंगे और आगे पढ़ेंगे और नौकरी करेंगे नहीं थी लोगों में. इसलिए अगर आप आज देखें तो सीनियर लेवल पे शायद कमी है.
The problem comes once they start working, the attrition rates become very high. The leaky pipeline that everybody talks about happens because we don't support women to stay within the pipe.
Young women in school, their careers are, their choices, career choices are actually influenced by a lot of things, factors like society, school, family, and the school atmosphere also.
The number of women who opt for science, and that's something which needs to be encouraged at the school, leaving level and at college, etc. That you encourage more women to come into science. The opportunities here are boundless. You can work in a lab, you can work in test facilities, you can work in trial sites, in user sites. So these challenges are not available for others.
अगर आप देखें जो भी लड़की कंटिन्यू करती है उनका जो फोकस है साइंस की तरफ वो बहुत ज़्यादा होता है. इट इज़ थोड़े टाइम के लिए अगर वो इंटरेस्ट बरकरार रखा जाए तो शायद लड़कियां बहुत अच्छा काम करेंगी.
Lot of things can be done on the ground to facilitate women staying in science. Small things, childcare on site. You know when children are going to have school holidays. Can you allow women to work from home during those times? Could you look at them working from home 1 or 2 days a week?
अब सरकार में पैटर्निटी लीव मिलती है तो कहीं पे ये जिम्मेदारी पुरुषों की भी आ जाती है कि अगर घर में बच्चे हैं या छोटे हैं तो उनकी भी जिम्मेवारी है बच्चों को संभालना, जबकि पहले पुरुषों को ये सुविधाएं नहीं थी. तो इसलिए वो चाह करके भी शायद अपना ये रोल नहीं निभा सकते थे. तो इस किस्म के पॉलिसी चेंजेस जब आएंगे तो मैं समझती हूँ ज़रूर फ़र्क आएगा ऐसी सोच में भी लोगों की, और महिलाओं की कार्यक्षेत्र में ज़रूर बढ़ावा भी मिलेगा और ज़्यादा महिलाएं आगे आएंगी.
The Department of Science and Technology and the Ministry of Human Resource and Development has instituted 11 chairs for women, named after the 20th century women scientists, and this in itself is a first of its kind.
वुमेन साइंटिस्ट को अपना जो कॉन्फिडेंस है उसको आगे बढ़ा के लेना है. उनके अंदर बहुत सारी स्ट्रेंथ है बट उसका एक ही मंत्र है, हार्ड वर्क हार्ड वर्क हार्ड वर्क. उसको करते रहेंगे तो उनका कोई भी उनको एक वुमेन के तरीके से नहीं कि वो साइंटिस्ट कर सकते हैं. उनके अंदर अपनी एक क्षमता है, उस क्षमता को उनको बाहर लाना है और उस क्षमता के साथ आई एम वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट कि वो पूरा कंट्रीब्यूशन दे पाएंगे.
And that's all in today's edition of Science Monitor. But before we take your leave, we would like to wish all of you a very happy Women's Day. Do tell us how do you like our program. You can send your feedback and suggestions through email. Our email ID is news@vigyanprasar.gov.in. You can also write into us at Vigyan Prasar, 5th floor, Prithvi Bhavan, Lodhi Road, New Delhi, 110003. We'll meet you next week again with the new informative stories on science, technology and innovation. Till then, stay tuned to Rajya Sabha TV and think scientifically. Bye-bye.